hot. Don't speak to any moment. Product of her environment. Shout out the global woman. Can't box her in with any trend. No, she's a global woman. Call Fire Marshal Bill. Like, let me tell you something. Flawless, beautiful. Follow codes down to her toes. Cue the codes. Picking rolls with the flow. Slam dunking all the goals. Silvers for the novice and golds for the pros.
What's going on, everybody out there in TV land, on YouTube and on Facebook Live? We come to you tonight to interrupt your regular scheduled program. Hey, y'all, we got a fire topic tonight. The mic is hot. We got the guests ready. We got the phone line ready. We about to get into this thing. But dear old Facebook, we talk about this every single week. Y'all know why I want y'all to watch on YouTube. Hey, Facebook, there's a link right in the chat section. Just click that link and check us live on YouTube. All right. Real easy. Just click the link and check us live on YouTube. Hey, YouTube, please click that like button. It's the thumbs up. Then slide your finger on over and press the subscribe. And then after you press the subscribe button, press the all. So you get all of the notifications when we are going live. All right. So hit the like button, the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, then press all. So you get all the notifications when we're going live. Also hit that share button. Click the share. It's going to ask you a simple question. Share to where? Facebook. We all got Facebook. Most everybody in the world got Facebook. Share to Facebook and you don't got to do nothing else. All right, y'all. Also, we're doing something new. Every time we hit the 200 milestone mark with subscribers, we almost there, y'all. We will go into the chat and find one or two people and send them a gift. But you must be a subscriber to participate. All right. Also, I want y'all to check out my Stop Playing Apparel link. Check it out. Your boy's trying to get to the big time. I'm trying to do multiple streams of income. Check me out. Click my link. It's right there on the screen. Stopplaying.net. Check me out. Shop with me. Support me. I love you for that. I appreciate you guys for that. The support. I'm just trying to get up there. So thank you for all you did. Last but not least, if you like what we're doing and you say, hey, I want to support these guys, here's a QR code right on the screen. All monetary gifts are appreciated. We thank you in advance for your gifts. We know that you don't have to, but we thank you for everything you donate to us, for the support of watching us, for that's being evolved in the chat. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. But I do understand that sometimes you might be watching this from your mobile device and you cannot click the on the cash QR code. I'm sorry, on the QR code. There's no problem. There's a cash tag right at the bottom of the screen. The cash tag is $ Nutz, N-U-T-Z, Boltz, B-O-L-T-Z-1. Again, the cash tag is $ Nutz, Boltz 1. And with that being said, welcome to Nuts and Bolts of Life. I'm your host. I'm the CEO of Stop Playing Apparel. My name is Edmund Chapman. Everybody call me Eddie Ed, and I'm from South Carolina.
I'm Kyra Kai from California.
Obi, you're mute, buddy.
Obi, it's your turn.
Kyra done went to Chicago trying to show out, talking about Kyra Kai. When you change your name, Kyra? Come on now. Anyway, I'm Obi. I'm from North Carolina. And I can say this now because it's only 50 days left. But how about them Cowboys? And that's all I'm gonna say.
Whoa.
Come on, Troy. What's up?
I'm Troy, originally from Jersey, now residing in Charlotte.
And Troy is a Steelers fan, y'all, since Obi want to announce his team. Welcome, Troy. Welcome, Troy. As y'all know, on this podcast, we always try to have guests. That's what we're known for, having guests. But sometimes people are they're just a little bit afraid, or not afraid, a little bit nervous about coming on. So we want to thank Troy for coming on. We had some more guests, but Kyra, she's going to hold it down on her own tonight. But before we get into all that, y'all know what time it is. It's story time. So my story time is a shout out to Shannon Oliver. So this past weekend, the Nuts and Boltz crew went to Chicago, my hometown, and Shannon met the crew. We all met Shannon. Shannon met us, and she decided to cook for us. And y'all, she threw down. Let me show y'all some of her food. We had spaghetti. We had links. We had chicken. Half of that is regular, and other half is jerk. We had dip. Shannon threw it down for us, and when everything was done, this is my plate. So we just want to say shout out to Shannon Oliver. If you would like to order some food for Shannon, there's a link right on the screen. Shannon does excellent food. So shout out to you, Shannon. So this is her Facebook name, Shannon Denise Oliver. You space it out a little bit. Shannon space Denise space Oliver. Check her out, and you can buy some of her food. All right, Obi. Again, thank you, Shannon, for being in the comments. Thank you, Shannon, for being in the chat, and thank you, Shannon, for cooking for us and being a great host this past weekend.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead, Carl. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying shout out to Shannon. It was amazing. Very hospitable.
Thank you, Shannon. Hey, Obi, let the people know what's going on tonight.
Tonight is Kyra Troy. We're gonna talk about why do older men date younger women, and why do younger women date older men. Very curious to hear about this topic because I see it online all the time. They talk about it on the radio. So I want to see what everybody got to say about it.
All right, before we tap into that, I gotta go back and do this. Hey y'all, we got a game show coming out in a little bit. It's called Datum Addiction. It's gonna be on this platform. I don't know what's not coming up. Some odd reason. I'm trying to click's not coming up. Anyway, we're gonna call Datum Addiction. If you'd like to be on the Datum Addiction show, you can reach out to myself, Edmund Chapman, via Facebook, or Tashina Nicole via Facebook. It's a blind dating show called Datum Addiction. Check us out. If you'd like to be a guest, we will be vetting all the guests, men and women, so you will not be just going on a blind date with somebody crazy.
I don't know what happened to Ed, but as he was saying, with our datum or ditchum, we are going to vet the people so it'll be a safe environment, and maybe we can hook y'all up. So if you're interested in being on the datum and ditchum, then you can contact Ed or you can contact Sheena Nicole. I'm going to put the stuff up there in just a second. So on Facebook, you can hit Sheena Nicole, or you can hit Edmund Chapman up. Our very own Angel is going to be putting everything together. And so we look forward to getting people together. Ed?
Thank you. I'm sorry, I think my screen went out. I had some electricity problems around here. I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's the Datum Addiction. Hey, Kyra. What's going on tonight, Kyra? I'm gonna let you throw the first one out. Let's go, Kyra.
My first question for you gentlemen is, do y'all date up or down in age, and why? And fellas in the chat, feel free to let me know where you're at. Ladies, feel free to help me out because I'm here by myself tonight, but you know I'm gonna hold it down.
And I'll take the first stab at it. I tend to date down in age, not down in stature, but down in age. But I have met two women. I'm 44. I actually met two women. One was 50 and one was 53. And they was super bad, face and body. So I was like, whoa. So just thinking of the face and body, one was 50 and one was 53. I was like, oh my God. But I tend to like to think somebody between the age range of 30 and 40.
Why?
You said why?
Hmm.
Mm.
I'll tap into that a little bit. Let me see what the other fellas are gonna say. I'll tap into that in a minute.
Okay, because my question was, do you date up or down, and why? But
Oh, I didn't hear the NY
okay.
part. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, I didn't hear the NY. The why. So when you date someone younger, when you date someone older, I just feel that they experience a whole lot of life, and which is great. But nothing really can wow them. Nothing really can shock them because they have did so much, and rightfully so. As we get older, we should have did a lot of things, and they don't have that much use left in them, youth left inside of them. They're almost at that peak, like hitting menopause and all that stuff. So I like to date someone younger that you could take them to a really nice restaurant, or you could take them out of the country or out of town. And they might be like, whoa, they might not hear nothing like that before. They might be used to dating someone that's gonna take them to Longhorn Steakhouse or something like that, or Applebee's. No, no, not trying to discard these restaurants. So please don't hate me for that. But someone younger, I just feel like we can wow them more, and they're able to carry babies. If you want to have kids, still they are still at that age when they can bear children and be still youthful with the children, still running around with them. And I just think they got more life in them. That's my opinion. Nothing to older women. That's my opinion.
Okay. Thank you. Who's taking the next? Who's taking the question next? All right, Troy, what you have?
Okay, so I'm married. My wife is older,
Okay.
but I've dated all over the map. I've dated older, I've dated younger, but I believe that it's in men's and women's DNA for men to date down in age and for women to date up. Um, I love watching documentaries, and my probably my favorite type of documentary is animals. Yes, we are not animals. However, we're all pretty similar. And if you just look in nature, um, and my belief is that we are put here to reproduce, right? So it's in our DNA to date down because that's who's going to be able to reproduce for us,
Hmm.
right? And for the women, it's in their DNA to date up because women want security and protection. And security and protection usually comes from someone who is older. So I just think it's, in our DNA and it's natural for us to date up and down depending on gender.
Okay, I appreciate that. And before Obi answers the question, um, are you comfortable sharing the age difference between you and your wife?
Oh, it's 2 years. I mean, she
Oh, okay.
she not really robbing a cradle,
Okay.
but
Thank you. Obi, where you at?
um, Preference is to date younger because I think younger women appreciate dating an older guy. Um, and this is all my opinion, so I don't mean to start that with nobody, but it's all my opinion. I think older guys and younger women get along better. I think along with that physical security that we provide for them, I think there's a lot of emotional security that we provide for them too. And I think for older guys, it's just more exciting and exhilarating when we're dating a younger girl because they probably like to do the same types of things that we like to do. Like for me, I still like to go out to the movies. I like to go out to eat. I like to go out to barbecues. I like to travel on the weekends. And I'm not saying people my age don't like to do that, but most women my age, they just want to sit home and watch Lifetime and Tubi. Tubi. I want to get out and go. Like I love sports. I want to go to watch a football game.
Kyra,
You on
what
mute,
about
Kyra.
you?
You on mute.
Thank you. What's your age range, Obi? Because you said people in your age range like to stay at home and watch
I
Lifetime.
could. I didn't say my. Well, I'm talking women. I could date people
No,
35
I'm
and up.
saying, what is your age range of these
The-
people that don't like to watch Lifetime?
well,
How old
let's
are
be
you?
clear, Kara. All women like to watch Lifetime. Let's be clear, all women. But younger women will go to the movies before they cut on Lifetime.
Mm, I challenge that, but I would say that I prefer to date up in age. In my opinion, most men mature around 40-ish. I'm not saying that every man does or no man doesn't, but from my experience, there are a majority of men that start hitting maturity in terms of like having work-life balance, being focused, having reached some of their goals, maybe being at their job for a certain period of time. And so those are different qualities that I look for in an older man. And I don't think that younger men, again, not all, but I think that people older than me, I have an interest in dating older men.
Hey, Kyra, can you read some of the chat while I log off of Facebook? Hey, Facebook, y'all know how we do it every single week. We'll give y'all a little bit, but we want y'all to come watch it on YouTube. So hit that link. And right now, Kyra going to read some of the comments. So you're not going to miss too much, but if you hit the link right now and watch this live on YouTube, you won't miss the show. Come on over. We want to hear from you guys. The phone line's going to be open in a minute. So come on over. All right. Go ahead, Kyra.
All right. So there are a couple fellas in the chat that are dating up, which is interesting. Then we have someone that said, funny you should say that because women don't want a man who has a high body count either. All women do not watch Lifetime in all capital letters for you. And then another person said they like dating younger women because they're fresher. They may not be, and the explanation of that is they may not be ran through like older women. I don't know where you're sticking your fishing pole, sir, but in the pond of women. Yeah. And another person said that they date up in age.
Well, before I ask you a question, Kyra, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. The person said that they might not have a lot of body count because these young people might have a lot of body count too. No, so I can't jump on that bandwagon. Say they got more older women got more body count than the younger women. I think sometimes it might be the same. I don't really care about that body count because when I date somebody, I look at all of them. They don't have no body count. I don't want to know your body count. I think you're a virgin when we start dating. That's just my mental. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just I don't care about your body type. Your body count. So I don't know if me personally, other fellas feel would even agree with that statement because these young people they out here getting it in.
Right. I'm gonna read one more comment before you do your question. Keep it real, fellas. A younger lady brings not only youth and fertility, but much less emotional baggage. And there was comments about that in the comments. So, all right.
So, Kyra, I'm gonna throw a question to you. Anybody want to chime in on anything?
Troy has something to say.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
So, in terms of emotional baggage, yeah, I mean, I can see older women bringing emotional baggage. However, young women, man, bring a lot of immaturity, man. Like, there's like you can't go too far down, man, because you try to have a conversation and they can't really hold it because they're not, into a lot of the same things that someone who's older and more mature are into, right? I feel like I couldn't talk to somebody in their 20s about politics. I'm not saying nobody, right? There's going to be people out there, but I can't talk to them about politics. I can't talk to them about good times. They're going to look at me like they crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm old, right? I'm
Right.
56. I'm 56 years old. So um, you know, if I was out here dating, I probably wouldn't go under 45. Heck,
Mm-hmm.
I got a 32-year-old daughter, so I'm definitely not
Mm.
trying to go that low.
Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So is that about 10 years? So you'll do a 10-year pretty much?
I would do 10. I mean, you know, being a man, I would smash 30s, but I wouldn't be trying to wife 30s. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between smashing and wifing. Like I could not wife somebody that young because I would feel cheated out of like I would feel cheated intellectually. Let's say that.
Mm. Hmm. Okay.
So, Kara, I got a question, but I want Obi to answer what Troy just said. Obi, what would you date and what would you like have intercourse with? Or would they be the same age? So
um,
I'm kind of curious because Troy said he wouldn't date nobody that's in their 30s, but he smashed somebody. So I'm trying to figure out what Obi
I,
age range for both of those
I
be.
I would smash somebody. They would definitely have to be older than my daughter though. But I would smash somebody 35 and up. Probably marry 35, 36 and up. As long as we have great chemistry, great conversation, no drama, if possible. And we can get along. I'm good with that. I'm 35, 36, but I couldn't date or smash somebody younger than that because my daughter, she's 30, so nah, I just couldn't see it. And I think that her and my son would probably look at me like I was crazy, going through a midlife crisis, if I was dealing with a mental health issue, you know what I'm saying? So nah, I couldn't date anything less than that. Date or marry.
Okay, cool. Hey, Kara. So how important is financial and emotional stability in your relationship choice?
To me, it's important because it shows the type of decision making skills that you have. You said financial and emotional, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So a person that is like living paycheck to paycheck or that may not have any investments, and I'm not necessarily saying like all the stock market or anything like that, but in terms of like retirement, in terms of putting things away for the future so that when retirement does come you'll be able to live comfortably. um, Someone that may not have a job that provides health, medical, and dental benefits, I think a lot of those are tied into decision. And if you're not making good decision skills for yourself financially or making good moves, that is not a turn on to me because it just seems like it's irresponsible. And then emotional, I feel the same way. If you are like emotionally not connected to people or your family, or don't know how to have emotional conversations in terms of, for example, let's have a discussion because when you said this, I felt that way, or being able to take my feelings into consideration and saying, I heard you. I know that you're not feeling well, or whatever, what I did or said made you feel this way. Let's talk about it. Being able to have that emotional and intellectual discussion about feelings and emotions, that's something that is not attractive to me, also. And if you don't have either, I'm not saying that I'm going to be in a person's wallet or anything like that, but you're able to see how a person moves by how they live their life.
What is your age range of dating? I'm not going to ask the other question to you. I'll be respectful tonight. What is your age range of dating?
um, I would say between like 50 to maybe 56 and a half, 57.
50. You starting
I,
at 50? Oh yeah, because you dating
yeah,
up. Okay, so what if
right.
you met a young tenderoni about 42 years old and can hold his own financially and emotional? He stepped to you, and before you knew his age, he dressed nice, carried himself great, um, kind of like your brother. I'm not gonna mention his name, but kind of like your brother,
Hmm.
and he was 42.
We could have a conversation.
But then when you find out 42 is dead,
Huh? No, we could have a conversation and get to know each other and everything like that. Because I said most men. So there are some men that have been through different ages and stages of life, and at 42 or at 44, they are mature and have been through some stuff and make wise decisions financially, spiritually, emotionally, etc. So that person could be the exception. So I definitely entertain it, but my attraction isn't, I'm not like looking at a 30-year-old or
So
40
you
year
want somebody that's about to die in a couple of years and get AARP?
No, no.
Y'all know me.
I
Y'all
think
know I'm
that the
fooling sometimes.
average I think the average Black man's life expectancy right now is roughly, I want to say 78 to 80. Someone can fact check me if they would like. Um, and to me, 50 in most ages, I would say between like 50 and 55, that's kind of like your prime of your life. You have had, some people have had kids and they have adult kids. I'm not looking to change someone's diapers for their kids or deal with baby mama drama. And so oftentimes people in that age of life are not looking to have any kids. I don't plan on having any more kids. They have vacation time, they can travel because they don't have other obligations that they have to pour into.
Okay.
You cleaned that up nice too, because you was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, we can have a conversation," but he was talking about dating, not conversing,
Come
not
on,
We
having
could
Troy.
a
Come
conversation.
on.
we could date if I like what I see and I like what I hear, and he's emotionally in tuned and can hold a conversation. Because there are some people, just like you said, Troy, they're not they're not stimulating in a conversation, and we can't talk about religion and we can't talk about the economy or politics, because all you want to do is talk about TikTok and what somebody posted on Instagram. And so there's no intellectual stimulation. And that's really important to me. Cleaned it up. Wow. Okay, Troy, I see you coming for me. All
Hey,
right.
y'all, we got Troy in the building. It's like he said he's ready tonight. Obi saying he's ready. But click that like button as far as real quick. Everybody in the chat, click the like button right now. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe right now. Click the like button and share this right now if you can for us. Click like and share it right now. Kyra about to come through with another question. Then we're gonna come back to the chat. Chat, we're gonna be in there all night long, y'all, with the chat. Since Kyra by herself, we're gonna stay in the chat all night. So get ready for your questions. Ladies, back Kyra up. We might back into a corner. I don't know if she can fight or not. She is from California, so I don't know if she can box or not. We might
Wow.
put her in the corner tonight.
Mm.
Go
David
ahead,
slayed
Kyra.
Goliath, right? And that was just one person. And
Yeah,
Daniel was in the lion's den, right? And that was just one person.
yeah. Come on
Okay.
now, preach it, preach. Let's go.
Okay.
What they
Look
All
at
do?
Obi
right.
looking. He coming for you. Look at Obi looking, Kyra. Look at him.
Can't say what I want to say. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good.
Say what you want to say and say it with your chest.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
How do you handle potential differences in life experience and maturity with a younger partner? How do you handle potential differences in life experience and maturity with a younger partner?
You don't. You cut them off. You don't even date them.
Hmm. Okay.
You don't date them because, again, right? Um, I need that like intellectual stimulation. Like
Mm-hmm.
I've met, when I was younger, I had chicks that was fine, like bad, but like they just didn't have like the mental stimulation, and I passed up. I mean, I'm talking 10 bodies, like, but it was such a turn off. I was like, nah, that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you
I
know
like
my
it.
my answer always is: are we dating? Or are we having fun? Y'all notice always. Y'all know how I get that. How I roll, been rolling. So Kyra, are we dating? Or are we having fun? Which one is it?
I'm gonna repeat the question because someone in the comments asked for me to repeat the question. How do you handle potential differences in life experience and maturity with a younger partner. Um, and I guess it would be up to you because I feel like having fun leads up to dating. But y'all men like to smash stuff for having fun that you
Hey,
would not
hey,
date.
no. Hey, hold on. We're not gonna make this a sexist show, Kyra. Not gonna do that.
I'm
Not gonna do that.
repeating what's been said in today's show.
Well, let me take a stab at the doctor. This I don't know where we about to go, but he about to go with.
Oh, wait, let me roll it back 1 second because I saw y'all like so with someone that you all would smash, that is not dating material. So there's 2 buckets, a smash bucket and a dating bucket. And a person that you're smashing doesn't have the potential for you to date them.
We was talking about
sure I'm
two different
understanding you,
things.
gentlemen.
We was talking about what's the youngest you would smash and the youngest you was date. We wasn't talking about what you're talking about.
I think we were, and when I was talking, then I saw some head shaking. Okay, Troy, tell me what you're thinking right now.
I'll go. Go ahead, Troy.
I'm thinking those are 2 separate buckets. Those are 2 separate buckets. I mean,
so they can't intermingle. You can't go from the smash bucket into the dating relationship bucket.
You can, but you know, there are some strictly smash. There are definitely some, this is just a smush. This is it. That's it. But then there's other people that are dating material.
And those people you're not smashing right away. You're waiting to smash.
Now, we're adults, right? So I don't judge people if I smash on the first date. Right? Because that doesn't make you a whore. That doesn't make you loose. People love to think like, if you smash on the first date, she easy, she this, she that. Yo, if the vibe is right and we adults, why shouldn't we be able to smush?
Okay. Ed?
I want to second that what Troy said. I actually dated a woman before we smashed on the first day, and we actually became a couple for a little while, for a couple of years. I smashed on. So I agree with that statement, and also agree with the statement just to back him up again on there are 2 separate things. If I'm smashing you, then I'm not trying to date you because I'm not spending no time courting you. I'm just spending time smashing you. If I'm courting you, I could have smashed you one time or whatever. But it's 2 separate. It is 2 separate things, I believe. Smashing and actual like dating with a purpose. Because I don't really want to. It might sound crazy about all the stuff I say, but I really don't want to smash somebody that I'm trying to really date with a purpose. I want to be focused on that. When I get ready, I get out of my I'm just having fun stage. I don't want to smash you, right? Like that. I really just want to date you. We have sex maybe once or twice, cool, but I want to date you more with attention, get to know you more other than the physical. That is my preference when I get ready. Right now, I'm having fun, so I ain't ready right now. But when I get ready, then I don't want to because I don't know. If it ain't, I like a little bit of a chase. If chase ain't there that much, I'm like, it was too easy. I ain't judging you because I did it before, but I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
And I totally understand what y'all are saying, that there's a smash bucket and there's a court bucket. But because initially what happened is I made a comment about, I think, dating somebody that you smash or it being the same person. And everybody was like, no, 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 no. But then when we started unpacking, then it was like, well, yeah, I've dated someone that I smashed before, and we could smash on the first date and there's no judgment and we can date later.
Smash and smashing, it's not the same.
Okay. What you got, Ed? Because y'all are
Did you hear me?
Smush. That's what he said.
Did you hear me? We said smashing and smushing or smush is not the same as one smash.
Y'all are trying to roll back what you said. When you watch the replay, y'all will see me get you caught up. So it's good. It's good. Yeah. What's your question, Ed?
Ladies, and Kyra, ladies in the chat, Kyra. Matter of fact, Kyra, go to the chat. Let's
Oh
see what they
wait,
talking about real
yeah,
quick.
that's what I was gonna say. Let me hit some comments. One
Also, the phone
moment.
lines are open for everybody not scared. Call in. The number is 704-891-9560. Again, the phone lines are open. Call in with your question. I promise I won't hang up on you right away, but we're not going to sit here and have a whole dialogue either. I promise I will not hang up on you right away, but call in with any questions or statements you'd like to make.
Okay. So one person said, I don't mind older women. Most of them are phenomenal cooks, 55 plus. Them AARP discounts go crazy. Plus kids out of the crib. One lady said she had grandkids my age. Nice woman. Another person said, I've dated younger for the fun of it, but I've only been in relationships with older men because they were more serious. Older men taught me a lot. However, I'm not willing to teach or raise anyone other than my children. I'm going to read just a couple more. When a guy first meets a woman, you are immediately put into a category. That's why it's important for you ladies to date with intention. One person said, why waste your time with just a smash? Because they're men and that's what they do. Y'all ladies, don't just be a smash. I mean, if that's your lifestyle, then be a smash. No judgment. And then the last one said, so it's cool for a woman to have a smash bucket as well, or will that make them make up, or will that make up
A run through, maybe she's not saying make her a run through.
Oh,
maybe.
run through. Okay, got you. I was not getting that. What's the answer to that question, y'all?
Yes.
Y'all can smash, women can smush. Is she ran through because she's smashing?
My answer.
So she's up there smashing guys.
Yeah, just like y'all are out there. Well, not y'all.
Go ahead, Troy.
I feel like absolutely women. I think all women have buckets, right? But like women just got to be a little bit more careful, right? They got to be they should be on the DL with that.
Why?
Because
are you on the DL with your smushing smashing?
I'm married. I ain't smashing nothing.
Well,
but
before you were smushing smashing.
But,
before were you on the DL with your smashing, and why should a woman be on the DL?
Because man, perception is important, man. Perception is important.
Okay.
Right? I mean, so nobody wants to marry the set out.
But the woman in the smash bucket wouldn't be for marrying anyways. It's just for smashing.
But I'm saying they are the ones with the smash bucket. I'm saying that's the set out. Like that's the one that's ran through, right? So you don't want to know that she was ran through like that, right? Because like you ain't gonna want to touch that with a dildo.
Oh.
I'm just saying, yo. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Okay. And what do you have to add?
I feel like everybody do what they want to do. If guys you want to have a smash bucket, have you a smash bucket. Ladies, you want to have one, have one. Women, you know some of these guys you already know. Oh yeah, he out here doing his thing. So it's your choice if you're going to mess with him or not. The choice is still up to you. Ladies, if you're out there doing your thing, it's your choice if you want to tell that guy. He's going to look at you a certain way, but it's your choice if you want to let that guy know, like, yeah, I'm out here smashing, chilling. Because if you tell me that, I'm like, oh, okay, so you out here getting in. Oh, cool, do your thing. But we're gonna automatically look at you like kind of different. I know it's like, oh, that's double standard and stuff. It is, no lie. But we still look at you in a certain light. We still want you to carry yourself a certain way. So do you? But let's know if we find out, you automatically gonna ship over to the other category. Automatic, like somebody said in the chat, you're gonna go in the other category automatically. Because you're like, oh, she out here.
Quick question. You've stated in the past multiple times, multiple shows that you were out here chilling.
Correct.
If you met a woman and she said, I'm just chilling, would you chill with her? Or would that be like a red flag and you're cool off of her and she's not even going to make it to the smash bucket?
Oh no, I'll chill with her. She won't make it to the dating bucket. I'll
Okay.
definitely still chill with her. Like, all right, well, we both out here on the same thing. But she wouldn't make it to the dating bucket. Nah,
Okay.
she'd be just left over there in that one category. You can look, and she can do me the same way. That's why I'm so honest with people. They can do me the same way. I'm not asking nobody to treat me any differently. If I tell you I'm out here chilling, then take it for what you want to take it for. But just know that I'm out here chilling. And if you decide like I think I could take Ed from out of that chilling bucket, cool. Maybe you can. I'm not opposed to that. But I don't lie to anyone. I'm not gonna sell you a dream and it's not true. Now if I tell you like, yeah, I want to date you with attention, then I really mean that. But if I tell you, Miss Kyra, yeah, I'm out here dating, I'm out here chilling, and you like, okay, what's that mean? And I tell you what it means, and you still choose to talk to me, then that's on you now. That's no longer on me because I kept it 100 with you at the beginning. And I think too many people lie nowadays. Just keep it with a buck. Now, ladies, you keep it a buck. Guys are gonna look at you kind of funny. Just letting you know. Go ahead, Troy. I see your hand up.
Um, I like what you said about being honest, right? And that's the other thing about when you get older, right? As you get older, man, you get tired of the bullshit, and you just want to keep everything a buck, man. Whereas when you young, you just telling people whatever the hell they want to hear because usually it's done with ulterior motives. Um, but yeah, man, as you get older and you mature, man, I mean, I like being candid, right? You gotta be candid.
Appreciate that. Obi, why are you so quiet over there?
I'm just listening.
Mm.
Just listening right now.
Obi
Trying
have
to
no
see.
buckets. Obi's a
Hey,
straight up guy. He has no buckets. I like that
hey,
guy.
I'm trying to stay out the way right now. I'm trying to stay in my own lane, Kara.
Okay, because it's a podcast.
It's
Oh, you trying
bubbling
to?
up though. It's bubbling up in them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it really is. It really
Go
is.
ahead, Obi. Let's hear for you for a second. Or if I ask Kyra this next
Right.
question. Matter of fact, let me
Prepare
throw this
yourself,
question out to Kyra,
Obi.
Obi.
What's the
Then
question?
maybe.
What's the question, Ed? What's the question, Ed?
All right, Kyra and the ladies in the chat again. Do you value the life experience and wisdom that an older partner can provide? Again, do you value the life experience and wisdom that an older partner?
100% do. I talked earlier about like different ages and stages of life. And I think that when you are a parent, when you're single and don't have any kids, then you're in a certain stage of kind of just doing things by yourself. It's about you. When you become a parent, not that everybody is a parent, I know that. Then there's a transition and you start making sacrifices and you're looking at the bigger picture and you are probably gauging things that can be beneficial or things that can be harmful to that family unit and making decisions. And then when you have adult children, then you're passed into another stage where you could be like sharing wisdom and information with your younger kids. And so those same different characteristics that apply to like a man and his child or a man and his family, I think that they apply to a man in a relationship. And so someone in their 50s is going to move differently than a person in their 40s and definitely in their 30s. They're going to I met someone and he said that he was an older man and he said that it's important for him to watch the news and to know what's going on in the country because he's like the protector of his family and he needs to know what's going on um, and what's happening just to kind of have that high level of understanding of things that are happening. And so 100% that is an attraction. And um, that's why I like older men. Their perspective is different in most cases. There are some immature older men that are very self-centered, selfish and are not looking at the grand scheme of things because they still in their 50s haven't hit that maturity, or just don't move that way. Ed?
So when I look at this same question, right? So people might side out us a little bit if you say you want to date someone, a younger woman, right? As long as she's like a little bit mature, like Troy said earlier, I don't want anybody that's not mature. But I feel the same way that you can get wisdom from the older guy, that we can embark wisdom onto the younger lady if she's willing to listen and learn. So you can have a mature conversation with her if she's willing to have that conversation with you, and you can share some of your experiences. Like you said, you share, he share with you. We can share with somebody, and like me, my age range was 30 to 42. So I can share some wisdom with a 30-year-old woman that I've seen, I've been through. Like have like not joke a lot, but have a really good conversation with her, and I can share some things with her and share some stuff I've been through life. And if she's willing to listen and learn, I think it can still go that way. I know women might look at guys crazy. Oh, why would you want to date somebody 27 or 30? But you can share if they willing to learn and listen. Why can't you share the wisdom and experience you embarked on throughout your life journey with them if they willing to listen and learn? Go ahead, Troy.
It's a fine line, right? Because I don't want to feel like I'm raising a kid or talking to a kid, right? So I mean, it. I agree with you, but it's definitely a fine line. Yeah, it's a fine line for sure.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that, the fine line?
I'm if you didn't already realize, I'm a talkative guy, right? So um if you're willing to listen, right? It I could talk myself. I can talk so much that I feel like that she's a kid, right? Or she's my kid. So it's like I don't mind telling you some stuff, but like it could just for me, it could feel weird after a while, right?
Like it
If
needs to
all
be
you doing, if all
conversation.
you right, if all you doing is feeling like you teaching somebody, well, what's the fun in that? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's more like you raising another kid than actually dating someone. But, that's just my opinion.
I agree. Obi, where you at? Because they talk about you in the chat right now. Obi, we need you to come alive.
Hey, can you repeat? Can you repeat the
Let me
question? I'm
sprinkle
good, man.
something on
Hey,
him.
repeat the question real quick. Repeat the question.
So my question to Kyra was, do you value the life experience and wisdom that an older partner can provide? And then I like flipped it for a guy who's dating someone younger. I felt like you can do the same thing with a younger person. Then Troy flipped it again and said, well, you don't want to feel like you're raising them by continuing to talk to them and continue to teach them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't date older women, but I think if I did, the experience would be totally different. I think they would do things for me that a younger woman wouldn't necessarily do.
Like what?
And um, cook like old grandma style meals, make sure I go to the doctor. The travel experiences will be different. I mean, everything will be different. Just like an older guy, the experiences that he would share with a younger woman, the experiences that an older woman would share with a younger man would be different, but kind of the same. Because she's going to cook some good meals like your grandma used to cook back in the day. She's going to make sure you're good. She's gonna make sure you dressed well. She's gonna make sure that you eat well. She's gonna make sure that you have sex and all of that. She's gonna make sure you go to the doctor, make all your appointments. So that's just my way of thinking on that.
And that's why
What?
you don't date up?
I just don't date up, but that's not my thing. I mean, do you date down? Because it's not your
I haven't.
thing.
I haven't
Yeah,
in the
it's not your
past.
thing. It's not your thing. It's not my thing. I'm not saying I'm opposed to it. It's just not my thing.
So what about when you dating down, like Troy said? Do you feel like you're teaching your child when you tell them your life experiences and stuff like that?
I don't. I mean, again, as long as we're having fun and we're getting along, and the chemistry is where it needs to be, and she's emotionally stable and not all over the place, The key thing
So
for
you
me
don't
is,
care about the conversation then. You don't care about
the
having
key
an
thing for
intellectual
me.
conversation with it.
The
Let's have
key thing for
fun.
me is peace. The key thing for me is peace. I'm gonna have fun because we're gonna go. But the key thing for me is peace.
So a
Peace
dummy that
over
like to have
everything.
fun.
Hey,
Okay,
now first
I
of all,
got
see,
it.
hey, you seen me? I ain't gotta worry about that.
Right. I messed it. Go ahead, Troy. I see your hand up.
Um, yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking about different stages in life, right? So when I was in my 20s, um, I was dating up, and I loved dating up because they didn't expect Jack, right? They didn't really expect anything from you because the assumption is you don't really have nothing going on other than slinging the good stuff. And in your 20s, yo, that's right up our alley. Right? But as you get older, you think about things differently. Um, and you just kind of change, right? I mean, I still think older women are attractive. I'm 56. There's some fine 60, 65 year olds out here, right? If I wasn't married, I'd holler at them still. But, I don't know, man. I just think as we age and mature, things that we want for ourselves, right, change. So our preferences are gonna change.
All
Troy,
right.
so
Let me.
if you wasn't married, I'm sorry, Kyra. If you wasn't married, you say you some fine 66-year-old woman that you said, would you marry them or you just like date them?
Oh, if I never been married,
Yeah.
maybe I'd marry him. But if I ever like get unmarried for
We ain't gonna speak
whatever
that. We
reason,
ain't gonna speak that. We ain't gonna speak that. Don't even say that. We're not
no,
gonna
I'm
speak
just
that.
saying,
Mm-mm.
I just would like I couldn't ever see being married again. Having experienced marriage, and not that marriage is bad. Marriage is great, right? But I guess for me, I'm just talking selfishly, right? Because my wife and I just had this conversation the other day. And I was like, hey man, I would never ever get married again. And she kind of got offended by the way I said it. And I said, it's not that marriage is bad, but like
Mhm.
the selfish part of me, I don't want to always have to think about somebody else when I want to do something. Like if I'm on my way home from work and I be like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a drink. I can't just do that. I gotta call and be like, babe, I'm gonna be home late because I'm going out with the guys. And my wife is pretty cool. Um, she know I'm the bruh, so she know how things go. And I don't get a whole lot of flack, right? But still, right? I still feel like I have to tell her everything.
Mhm.
Not I don't have to tell her everything, but I always have to keep any decision that I make is she always has to be front of mind. And that's how you should treat your wife, your woman. Um, period.
And I think
And I
that's
think
kind of an older man thing too, because I've had conversations with older men that have been married for for a significant amount of years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. And people that I have spoken to in their 50s, in their late 40s, mid 50s, they would not get remarried. If something were to happen to their relationship and the relationship dissolved, the marriage dissolved for whatever reason, widowed, um, just divorce, whatever, they're not trying to go into that. They've been there, done that, have the t-shirt, and it's not something that they're interested to entering into being like physically connected to someone for the rest of your life because they want to be able to experience different things, whether that's traveling, whether it's golfing, whether it's not needing to communicate every move that they're making, or just going for a guy's weekend. um, they would not put themselves in that same situation of being married again.
I mean, as simple as just coming home to some damn peace and quiet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, man, like, you know, I love my wife, but sometimes I wish I could be like, man, would you just shut up, man? I just want some peace and quiet. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Peace.
know, I wake up, on the weekends, I like to get up and just lay in the bed in peace and quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I love when my wife sleep because soon as she opens her eyes, I turn on the TV and disturb like my peace. I just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I love my wife, but
I,
the selfish part of me sometimes be like, it's no way. I mean, because it's a second job, yo. When you get
Mm-hmm.
married, marriage is another job, yo. I got two jobs, man. I come from slavery to marriage.
How long have you been married, Troy?
I've been married, it'll be 21 years
Oh, okay.
in September.
Nice.
hold on, Troy.
Very
Hold on,
nice.
Troy. I gotta do you. I gotta do you proper. I always gotta do everybody proper when they say something like that. I gotta drop the hammer real quick on you. So the wheel it back in. They want Kyra ask another question. I think Troy made a good valid point about when you think about dating. I think older guys tend to think like Troy think. I gotta not about not getting married part. I'm talking about the dating down and dating up. We do think like we're more mature, so we would want to tell our significant others our every move because that's just in our brain. We got to keep them abreast of what's going on. I think a younger guy, he like, I'm out here doing, I'm gonna do. I don't got to tell nobody nothing, and that's where a lot of the relationships fail. So that's why I think women. I just think my personal opinion. I'm not a woman. Think they would one day older because of we are thinking more for them. Like, hey, babe, like he said, he's a cute dog. Hey, I'm about to go out some of the bros or I was like, hey, babe, man, we about to go have a drink real quick. We going to BW. I'll be home a little later. But a younger guy probably won't take that time out to call because he feel like I'm grown. I'm do what I do. I am. I be where I be. And I think that's why women maybe tend to want to date older. Go ahead, Kyra. Read some of the chat and then go ask your next question.
Alrighty. So, circling back a little bit, a ran through lady has value to the team, but marriage is off the table. I truly believe we are all in a position to grow and learn from people and their experiences. Another person said that men like teaching. And then another person said, I don't need to be raised by my partner, and I also don't need to raise my partner. There's a question for you, Ed. So, is there a respect difference when it comes to age when dating Ed? Do you have more respect for a younger woman that you're dating than you would an older woman, or vice versa?
Oh no, no.
Okay.
I think sometimes with an older woman, she might try to be the alpha in a relationship than the younger woman. Because I've seen some
Really?
bulldogs. Obi know a bulldog I was messing with that was 50. And she started off real calm, cool, and collective, but as we got into it, I seen the alpha come out in her like, wait a minute, slow down a little bit, slow, relax, pump your brakes a little bit. And I think there sometimes they have these, and plus they have these demanding jobs, and they at work fighting all day long. So now they come home, they bringing that same energy home, or they bring the same energy when we out on a date or on the phone call. So, but me, I respect them the same. I don't look at because she's young and dumb. I'm not about to mention anybody young and dumb. I want to have fun too, like Obi said. But I want if we need to have a conversation, I like to have fun. Everybody know it. I crack jokes. I'm lively. I'm the life of the party. Excuse me. I got a lot of energy. But if I want to have an intellectual conversation, I want to have that too. So I'm gonna respect the younger woman and I'm gonna respect the older woman. I just think sometimes the older woman, they just got that extra masculine energy, the extra dog inside them. And I'm like, relax a little bit.
Hmm.
It's
What do you
that
have, Troy?
is that energy you speak of because she's 50 or older, or is it just because society has tainted our women, man. I believe society has tainted our women to think that like we have no real value, right? Our only value to women, especially the younger generation, is financial stability, and that's it, right? Or at least that's the perception that they give off. Um, but yeah, society, they just tainted our women, man, to make them believe that they don't need a man and all this other craziness, and that's the farthest thing from the truth. Um, yeah, that's the farthest thing from the truth, man. Like, I believe that you should want to be with someone, but you don't necessarily need to be with someone. But when you want to be with someone, you should, learn their love language. I believe you should have that discussion even dating somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is your love language, right? Um, I read the
Yep.
book, um, and I'm married. My wife, I don't know if she read the book or not, but I do things to always learn for myself. Um, I want to learn how to treat my wife, what makes her tick, and love languages, man, are very strong, man. If you know somebody's love language and you cater to that, bro, I'm telling you, you be living a good life. And it work both ways. Women should learn their significant others love language, and you have to always keep that in mind though, right? Because you you get just used to behaving a certain way, right? But once you actually learn someone's love language, that's you're gonna have to purposely stroke that love language
Mm-hmm.
because that's something new to you, right? So until it becomes a habit, you're gonna have to really be intentional about it.
So I want to Kyra, I want you to come with your next question, but I want to go back to what Troy just said. Two quick things. I don't want to go to details with it. One, on this show, I did argue with people before on this show that you should want to be in a relationship, but you don't need to be. And I got argued down on this show about the and in a personal conversation. Like I don't need to be anybody with anybody. I want to be. And so I'm glad you said that because I get argued down about no, it's people out here that need to be was but I don't want to get to that whole dialogue. And two, that's why I said I respect both age ranges because you're right. A younger woman can have a bulldog in her as well as an older woman. So I will respect both of them. Older one I dealt with, I seen different rage and different way they look down than a younger woman. That's all. Go ahead, Kyra.
I'm gonna hit a couple comments and then I'm gonna ask my question. So someone said nobody wants to grow old alone, and another person said that's how you be in tune with your significant other and vice versa. Speaking of like the love languages and being intentional in who you're in a relationship and how you move. Um, my next question for you, gentlemen, is: does dating a younger woman impact your sense of self esteem or status? Does dating a younger woman impact your sense of self esteem or status?
Come on, Obi, where you at? Me and Troy been doing all the talking.
Obi's on vacation, y'all. He
I
needs an
don't
out
know
of
if it could
office.
impact your status or not, but every man is different. It wouldn't impact my status at all. My self-esteem, maybe a little bit, but not much because I'm okay with my self-esteem. I don't have low self-esteem, so it wouldn't bother me. And I wouldn't give a damn about what my boys thought or not because that's my self-esteem. So status for me, definitely not. Self-esteem, maybe if I was having a bad day, but holistically, I doubt it.
What about
Okay.
ego though? Would it make you? You know, because I
Um,
feel like the older we get, you know, you get you a little tenderoni, you be like, yeah, I still got it.
mm, we probably think that anyway, but it would depend on the audience. If we at the beach chilling, yeah, yeah, definitely. If I'm around my boys that I went to high school with, yeah, definitely. But like just going around like around Charlotte, nah.
I like the
It
ego. I
depends on
like
the
the ego thing
situation.
he said. I do
Yeah.
like the ego what he said because we all would be like, man, I got this little bad look. Hey, Obi, I got this little bad little thing. I'm gonna send you a little picture of the little. She bad in the mud, but but I don't think anything else would affect. Hold on, caller. I don't think anything else would affect that from your question, Kyra, but I do agree with Troy might said. There's a little bit of ego, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 44, I got this little 25 on my hips. She finding them up. But that's all it'd be like. It won't be too much. Hey,
Smash.
caller, I got a question for you. Are you team Obi or team Kyra?
Man, I'm Team Kyra, man. I don't know what we got going on today, but I'm Team Kyra.
Okay, caller, what's your question or comment or statement?
Yeah, I got probably 2 points and a question. All right. First point is age range is always going to change as men get older. Like I said, I would date an older woman, but I'm also a younger man, so you're probably looking at somebody between the ages of 20 to 30, probably almost always going older. There's also second point is also there's psychology studies done behind like all of this, whether a younger adult woman would date an older adult man or vice versa. And for a young adult woman dating an older adult man is quoted for maturity, wisdom, and financial stability, some things that y'all said already. For something that's interesting and to kind of tap on what I believe Brother Troy just said was saying that, I still got it. Older men were quoted for dating younger women for lower libido. So, I mean, you might still think you got it, but I guess somebody in the age range won't agree. Also, younger men dating older women simply for compatibility, maturity and compatibility. So apparently there's some younger men who mature a little bit faster, and they typically date older women. It's not always just for fun, but these psychological studies, if y'all care to look into them, kind of shines a light on all of these. If you just Google everything that you're talking about, like in reverse, you'll see both sides of it. And I think that it is very important to understand that it's not like it's not just people. It is a lot of people using people. If you read into it, but it's not exclusively that. But typically, if you read through the psychology behind it, I think it shines a light on a lot of these questions. So that's it. I guess my only question would be if you take the intimacy part out of it, which I think is in my back burner most times anyways. But if you take the intimacy part out of it, what is the value of dating anybody older or younger than you, or staying within your age range? That would be my question, because I think I would pose the suggestion that within the age range or older is probably more ideal. But that's all.
Is that it? I don't want to hang up on you. That's all you have?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you, caller. Thank you. Ooh, that's a lot to unpack.
That.
So what y'all think about? Huh? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kyra.
What'd you say?
I said that was a lot to unpack. See, he just gave us.
Yeah, I liked it. I appreciated the psychological background and different studies that have been done, because I think it's important to take advantage of what data says and why it says it. And I like the question posed about, would it be the same if intimacy wasn't part of the relationship equation? For me, it would be the same. I would still look for someone older if intimacy wasn't part of the relationship equation.
To me, a baddie is a baddie. Intimacy is going to be a part of it regardless. But just if it wasn't for some crazy odd reason, it wasn't. A baddie is a baddie still to me. So if she 30 years old, she's still bad. She's still bad. and she choose, say if it was somebody that was a virgin or chose to be celibate to marriage, she's still bad. So it wouldn't matter. It won't change the dynamic. Me personally.
But what if there was a baddie that was older in the event that you did date someone older, like you said previously, you've dated someone and that was 50 before,
Mhm.
and they had gone through menopause and they didn't have a sexual drive because that's not something that was interesting. So would you be able to like maintain that relationship without having intimacy as part of the relationship?
That'll
Because
be
that
real tough. I'm
like,
not gonna lie.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That'd be super tough because that's a part to me. That's part of a relationship, not dating, but actual relationship, part of marriage. Because if
Hmm.
you can't do it in a relationship, then it's gonna be the same thing if we get married. It's not gonna change. If menopause is the case or whatever, physically with your body is the case that you can't have intercourse like that, or I guess you say don't have the drive
That you
for it or
don't
the
enjoy
desire.
it. There's no sex drive. It's not pleasureful.
Right. So it'll be the same thing if we was married. Then it wouldn't change. Right. Correct.
Hmm.
So
But you would
no.
be okay. But you just said you'd be okay if somebody was celibate. And so if someone's celibate and you're in a relationship with them, and then y'all got married and they weren't celibate, but they
I think
didn't like have sex.
I think it's a big difference because if you're celibate, that's the choice you're making right now. I'm celibate until I get married. If you're saying that menopause or I just don't have no desire to do it, that ain't just being celibate. You just don't want to do it. And if you do it, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do it just because we married, and it's not gonna be fun. If you're celibate, I feel once you get married, you're gonna be like, all right, let's go. You might be a wild dog in the bedroom, after you not being celibate anymore. So I personally, and maybe I think Opie and Troy is older than me. Maybe they can answer it better than I can. But personally, I feel that menopause and being celibate is not even the same
No,
conversation.
I'm not saying that they're the same thing. I'm saying that if you have a respect for a person that is having, my point was that like about having intercourse before marriage. So
Hmm.
if someone is celibate and you marry them without having that intimate relationship with them, and then once you all have entered into the marriage, they don't enjoy having sex and or are going through menopause, would that be, I mean, I don't think there would be like a way to gauge that if if there's no intercourse until after marriage, if that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm kind of confused. So you saying they're celibate first, y'all get married, and then they have no desire to have it
Yeah,
once you're
because
married.
you said if somebody wants to be celibate, then I'm okay with that. And so it's like, are you really okay with that or not?
Yeah, I mean, if my point is, if she's celibate just until she get married, that's different. You're saying that they celebrate celibate, and then when they get married, they still want to be celibate, pretty much. And that's why I said, no, no, that's to me, that's different. Like, wait a minute now, because marriage is a part of sex. Like that's I supposed to be able to give it to you like you want it, and you should be able to give it to me like I want it. So now we're married, and you still acting the same way before we was married. That'd be a problem to me.
Okay.
But if you're like, once we get married, it's on like a pot of popcorn, then I'm like, all right, let's go. We can go for it. That's my answer. What you got, Troy?
Okay. All right.
Nah, I was just following what she was saying, right? So I was just thinking that um if sh- the difference, if I follow you correctly, is that if they're celibate before marriage, right? You, like he said, it's something that you're going to be looking forward to, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's saying it's different, right? Whereas if you are in menopause or whatever and you just don't have the desire, then you just kind of don't have the desire. But I think, um as we get older, is sex important? Yes, sex is always going to be important, but it's not necessarily at the forefront of our minds like it is when you're 20 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
um I just like spending time with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm not always trying to, like, hit all the time, right? because when you get married, it's like right there. So you know, it's like no big deal. It's like your favorite pair of shoes. Might be a bad analogy, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? It's there. It's I don't know.
Okay. All right.
Obi,
All right.
you want Obi tap in or no? It's up to you, Kyra. What you want? It's up to you, Kyra. Go ahead. This is your thing, your question.
I
Go
plead the
ahead,
fifth.
Kyle.
Obi, did you want to tap in?
No, go ahead. I'm going to answer the next question.
Okay, I'm gonna hit a couple comments and then I'm gonna
Is it on me
ask.
or you, Kyra? Next question.
I think it's on me.
Okay.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong. All right. Keep it a buck. Men be proud that they pulled a young one. If an older man is on his game, he can always pull a young girl. In a sense, that's why alpha males like younger women. Next is, well, if a man likes to date younger, what do they do when the person they're with becomes older? Do you replace them with another younger woman? And then lastly, I'll save these other comments for later. They're still going to be younger than me. They're just older in age. All right. So my next question for you,
Hold on, Kyra, before you
gentlemen.
tap into that. Hey, y'all, we're going to hit y'all with two more questions, Kyra, then me, and then we're going to get out of here. But again, press the click, like, and share button. We got at least about 4 more minutes for you to call in. If you got something to say, because we got two more questions we're going to dab into. Kyra about to hit one, and then me, and then a couple on the chat. But again, click, like, share, and subscribe.
And you know what? I was wrong. I did ask the last question. It's your turn.
Okay, I'll tap into my very last one. Ladies, Kyra, the ladies in the chat, what
Yep.
challenges,
Good.
if any, do you encounter in dating older men? Again, what challenges, if any, do you face when dating an older gentleman? Encounter in dating an older gentleman.
I will say that in older men, they have lived longer, and so they are and can be stuck in their ways. And it could be like, this is who I am. If you don't like it, I've been like this for 50 plus years. I'm not going to change. Either like it, leave it, like it or leave it alone. And so that's something that could be challenging. Um, in terms of different characteristics, like somebody could be stubborn, or somebody could always feel that they need to have the last word. And if that's what their personality type is, some people aren't willing to have like that affection, that effective communication, and be willing to change, of not being so stubborn or not needing to have the last word because they're just stuck in their ways. That's one major thing that sticks out to me. Sometimes, depending on where you're at in life and how much older you're dating a person, older men don't want to have kids. So I was dating someone when I was in my 20s, and I wanted to have a second kid, and they didn't want to have a second kid. They had one daughter that was like a couple years older than my son, and they weren't interested in starting all over again, um, taking kids to preschool, buying diapers, because they were in a different stage of life. They were ready to travel, to use their vacation time to go places, and not starting all over again when they had like a teenage kid. So those are the top two that come to mind for me. I don't see anything in the chat, ladies. What do y'all think?
Read some
All
of
right,
the comments you have.
Let me get my last question. Let me read these two comments and then I'll go to my last question. I also think that it's programmed into us from a young age. If we see our father or grandfathers older than our mothers and grandmothers, we learn that is what the standard is. Then another person, I like that comment.
Can you read that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. I also think it's programmed into us from a young age. If we see our fathers or grandfathers older than our mothers and or grandmothers, we learn that it is what that we learn that is what the standard is. So you kind of do what's been modeled for you, what examples you've had growing up. Next, a woman can only pull the celibate card before marriage only if she is a virgin. If you have kids, get out of here. And my ladies came through in the chat. People have to be willing to compromise. I like that. Older men can be a little overbearing and feel like they're always right. And then someone said, Team Kyra. Sure you saw that, Obi.
We are always right, by the way.
Oh,
No.
wow. Time to end the show. Wrap it up. And I think that Obi put Team Obi in the chat. Good job, Obi.
What's your last question, Kyra? If you have any, or do you want this, or you want to just wrap it up?
I feel like we can wrap it up. If you do a review, I think we did like a really good job of going through these questions.
Troy, we're gonna let you have the final word, and we're gonna go around. We're gonna start off with Troy for final words.
Oh man, final words, man. It's been great, right? Thank you for having me on. Whatever your preference is, that's cool. Just everybody do your thing, man. Just date with intention. When you are ready to get serious, do it with intention. Until then, yo, ball till you fall.
Thank you, brother Troy, for coming on. Hey, Obi, what you got? Final words or some words? Any words?
Stay in your own lane, man. Do what you want to do until you're ready to do what you got to do. If you like them older, hey, get an older woman. If you like them younger, get a younger. That goes for women and men. But like Ed say, just chill until you're ready to settle down. And when you're ready to settle down, settle down with intent. Don't be out there lying, cheating, and all of that foolishness.
Okay.
Was it Kyra? What we say? What your name? Kyra was today? What you say, Obi?
Kyra, something like that.
Kyra.
I'm not doing that again.
Go ahead, Kyra.
I'm not doing it again. Oh my gosh. So first I want to apologize to Obi because last week Obi said that I snapped for him and I was like, I did not snap for him. And I watched the replay and I did because you said something enlightful. So you were right, Obi. I did snap for you.
Oh, I know I was right. Men, like Troy said, men are always right. Men are always right.
My turn.
Men are right.
It's my turn. So that is out of the way. I want to thank Troy for being on the stage. Definitely appreciated you engaging in the conversation. You had a lot of good things to say. And then, of course, everyone in the chat, first-time viewers, shout out to y'all. Thank you for being here and being part of the conversation. Ladies, thank you for coming through because I was holding it down by myself. And then if you want to do like a wrap up of the conversation, I think that'll be good, Ed. Oh.
All right. Thank you, Kyra. Once again, we want to thank Troy, Obi, of course, and Kyra, of course, for the great intellectual conversation. We want to thank the guys in the chats for chiming in for us. And I say guys, I mean ladies and gentlemen. Shannon, again, thank you for being a gracious host this past weekend. But I was going to regurgitate what the other guys just said pretty much. Have fun while you're having fun, but when you start to date, make sure you date with intention. And choose what you want to date. No matter if you want to date older or you want to date younger, make sure it's something that you really want to do because at the end of the day, feelings get involved. And when feelings get involved, people can get hurt. So if you want to date somebody older, make sure that's really what you want because that's what you want, not because of financial gang or anything else. Make sure that's because that's what you want to date. Or if you want to date somebody younger, don't date someone younger just because I got a trophy piece on my arm. Date someone younger because that's what you really want to date. And I just like what Troy and Obi said with the dating with intention. And pretty much that's what everybody was saying. And the caller called in and said on the psychological piece, I think that was a great too. And sex is not always everything, but I believe it is a good part of a relationship. So again, let's date with intention. And if you'd like to be on next week's show, next week I think we're gonna keep this conversation going on. We're gonna go with what is dating. Yeah, we're gonna talk about next week. What is dating? Like, what is it? What's the difference between dating and, like I always say, chilling, having fun? So if you want to be on next week's show, Kyrie, can you put it up? Hit up Tashina Nicole on Facebook, or you can hit up myself, Edmund Chapman, on Facebook. If you want to be on next week's show, we're talking about dating. What exactly is dating? What is the difference between dating and, just having fun? Also, we're looking for a sponsor. We're looking for you. If you'd like to sponsor this podcast, you can hit up Tashina Nicole on Facebook, or you can email me at EddieEd30. That's EddieEd30 if you would like to sponsor this podcast. And last but not least, the Datum or Ditch'em. If you'd like to be on our Datum or Ditch'em show, it's going to be hosted by our very own Angel, who is also a host of the show. Angel Morris is going to be spearheading the Datum or Ditch'em. If you'd like to be on a Datum or Ditch'em show, again, you can reach out to myself, Edmund Chapman, or you can email me at EddieEd30@gmail.com, or you can reach out to Tashina Nicole. I don't know why I was getting her name wrong. Tashina Nicole on Facebook. And we would like for you to be on Datum or Ditch'em show. Karen, hit my theme music. Like I say every single week, I love you. God loves you. Go out. Peace out, y'all.
I think my baby hot. Don't speak to any